We're currently on the road heading to a place called Chungo Creek, where we've got a cabin reserved for the next few days out in the boonies with no electricity, no Wi-Fi, no cell coverage or anything. So hopefully you'll join us on this little trip and hopefully you'll have some fun just like we intend to. So as you can see, we're well and truly out in the boonies already, and we're still about 20 kilometres away from Chungo Creek Outfitters, which is where we're staying for the night. The road's really soft under the tyres, so grip's a little bit difficult, but it's certainly making for an interesting drive. Well, hey guys, here we are at Chungo Creek Cabins, and my goodness, it's absolutely beautiful here. We're the only ones here right now apart from the owners, and it's great having that peace and quiet. So this is our cabin for the next couple of nights. So let's go take a look at what it has for us. Okay, so we have our own personalised parking spot, which is great for unloading all of your things. And then we've got this lovely little pathway. And as you can see, it feels all nice and secluded and very remote from everybody else. But over here, you have your own picnic bench. And of course we have a lounger there and some garden chairs. You have your own little log pile and they provide the wood for you, which is absolutely great. Here we are with a fire pit, which is absolutely fantastic for those summer evenings sitting outside. And we actually sat out here last night and it was snowing and it was quite nice, it wasn't too bad at all. And if we take a look at the cabin, it's got that lovely porch, as you can see. And again, that's great for sitting under if it was raining or snowing or anything. And if we go over here and take a look, there's our little dog Wilson, keeping things all in check. You have a propane barbecue and obviously all the tools to help you there. You have this outside table. They also provide you with the drinking water. Over in the shower block you'll find the drinking water tap, which is all year round. So on that note, let's go take a look inside. So this cabin is actually pretty amazing. We have two double beds. It's actually double bunk beds. We've stayed in here these past couple of nights. I've had the top bunk and the hubby and the pups have been on that bottom bunk. And what I will say is that there's been absolutely plenty of room for us. What else is ideal is that you have lots of space under the bed for storing suitcases and other bits and bobs. Have this lovely little dining area, and you also have this seating area. And there's our little April. She's absolutely exhausted. She's been running around outside off leash for most of the day. And you have this wood burning stove to keep you nice and warm. Now we arrived a couple of days ago and the cabin hadn't been used for quite a while, and it was actually quite chilly in here. And after just half an hour or so, it's actually quite toasty once we've got this wood burner going. Absolutely brilliant. And of course you have this kitchenette, and as you can see, everything is so rustic in here. It's really quite quaint. This cooker is driven by propane gas, which again is supplied for you. And all the crockery, you've got glasses, mugs, plates, bowls, You've got a nice kettle there. Everything you see here, other than the food, is provided by Chungo Creek Outfitters. And again, as you can see, underneath this little wooden unit, there's space to store your food. Now, the only thing we will say is that there isn't a fridge in here, so you probably will need to bring a cool bag or something like that if you have frozen food or you want to keep things chilled. And here's the aerial view from the top bunk. Which is absolutely fantastic. One of the things we've loved about this is how rustic it is. And as you can see, there's no television, there's no Wi-Fi here. Data is sketchy, so if you're relying on your cell phone for data or anything like that, don't expect 100% service. There are lights. These are actually solar lights, but everything else is either propane driven, wood driven, or non-existent. Now, if you want the washroom, this is the toilet. It really is very basic. It really is just a hole in the ground, but it's made to feel like a proper toilet for you. And they've even furnished it pretty pictures to make you feel at home. There's also a shower block, and these are your showers. There's your towel rail, your sink, and here are all your bits and bobs if you wanted to have a nice shower. What else is nice about this place is there are some little trails that you can go and have a wander along, and this little trail just takes you to an overlook where you can see the river down below. Now, there is a larger cabin here. There isn't just the size that we're in. Cabins are at the moment, as of April 2021, they cost $125 per night. And as you can see, there's the river down below. And there's one of the other cabins. There's plenty of space between you and your neighbours. You really do feel like you have the entire place to yourselves. So look out here. Fantastic view of the valley below. I sit here on a summer's night watching the northern lights or the Milky Way. Now, we think there's approximately 6 cabins here, and they do have groups here during the summer months. They have overnight trail rides and everything. So if that kind of thing takes your fancy, then come and book your trip here. So we'll just take a little walk around the grounds. Now, up that way, there's actually a trail down to the river that you can go. We tried to go there earlier, but we were post-holing, so it was a little bit too deep, the snow was, for us to go down there today. But there's certainly some trails that you can go and have a wander along in the area. The other thing to bear in mind is that this place is kind of off the beaten track. It's probably half an hour, 45-minute drive from Nordegg, and these are the kind of roads that you'll be driving on. At the moment, these are very muddy and soft. But I guess in the summer months, it'll be a lovely drive. Now, the other thing to bear in mind is that you're approximately, 40 miles or so, or 60 kilometres away from the Icefields Parkway. So if you did want to go there, it brings you out by Saskatchewan Crossing, which which is probably about the midway point on the Icefields Parkway, which you may know as one of the popular drives here in Alberta. Very, very scenic. So yes, the snow's moving in. It's definitely gone much colder now. So I'm going to go back to the cabin. I think I'm going to have a nice cup of hot chocolate and get nice and warm. So it's coming up to tea time. Having a nice beer, chestnut ale from the Whistler Brewery. Very tasty indeed. It's a lovely night at the moment. It's actually quite warm. This fire's really nice too. We do have a winter storm warning in effect, so I'm sure we're going to be bombarded by heavy snow tomorrow. But for now, we're just enjoying being here, enjoying being in the great outdoors. So the winter storm that we've been promised has finally moved in. It's really heavy out there at the moment and it's getting a little bit chilly in the cabin. So I'm going to get this thing lit to get us warmed up. I'm going to cheat by using a fire starter. And I'm going to put this one in on top. Just shuffle that over just to get it burning. Okay, and then we shut the door and let it do its thing.
What do you think she's doing?
It's snowing, it's nearly 10 o'clock at night, we've lit the fire, we've got the shelter, time for step 2. This one's for Steve Wallace, Camping with Steve. Cheers, buddy. So for sure, if you're looking for a simple getaway somewhere in the middle of nowhere, I can highly recommend coming to Chungo Creek Outfitters. We've been here for the past couple of days, and even though it's not the middle of summer, it's been absolutely fantastic. We've had an absolutely wonderful time. The owners are very, very welcoming and they'll do absolutely anything for you. I'm pretty sure that we'll be back again in the not too distant future. If you've enjoyed your visit to Chungo Creek, please like this video and consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks again for watching, and I shall see you again next time.